So let's continue about Renaissance. So last time we have learned that they have changed in the way of paintings. So we have seen the picture of the two famous artists at that time. So let's introduce who are they. So they are, the first one on your left hand side is not the artist. Okay, the first one is Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, and the left hand side is one of his famous painting in the world. It's called the Mona Lisa. Okay, so you look at the painting, you can see the lady, which is Mona Lisa, is look like real. Okay, or realistics, and it also used the technique is called perspective. You can see the background of Mona Lisa is smaller, okay, and fading out, and the painting of Mona Lisa shows that he looked like a real human body, and his emotion and his life, okay, look like real, okay. And one of the people found that why it's so famous for the painting of Mona Lisa is that the ladies Mona Lisa will smile at you, no matter which angle you are looking at Mona Lisa. Okay, so she is always smiling at you. Okay, so this is one of the famous painting made by Leonardo da Vinci. Besides, another famous painting from Leonardo da Vinci is called the Last Supper. Okay, Last Supper. So the one in the center is Jesus. So and the 12 are the followers of Jesus. Okay, so Jesus is having the last dinner with his 12 followers before he go to die in the cross. Okay, and this is a very good painting to show that about the people at that time, and they are enjoy their last meal with Jesus. Okay, and one of them will going to betray Jesus is Judah. Okay, 猶大會出賣耶穌. Okay, so this is a very famous painting by Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, besides Leonardo da Vinci, another famous artist is called Michelangelo. Okay, Michelangelo. And for Michelangelo, he made two very famous sculpture. Okay, this is what we call sculpture. Okay, it's used the rocks to make some statues. Okay, of human beings or other things. On the left hand side is called the Moses. Okay, Mosaic. And he's one of the famous person in the Bible. Okay, in the Bible, who can separate the Red Sea. Okay, and take the people. Okay, to across the sea. Okay, and you can see. Okay, the structure of Moses look like so real. You can see his muscle. Okay, and you can see his whole body. He's just like real human. Okay, it follows the idea of humanism. And on the right hand side is the Pieta or the Pity. It shows you about Mary and Jesus. Okay, Mary is holding the dead body of Jesus. Okay, Jesus. So they all look like the real human beings. Okay, who is made by Michelangelo. And at the same time, besides artists, some of the writers, they criticize the unfairness and inequality in the society, and they write their words in own language. Okay, own language. In the past, all the books are written in Latin. Okay, Latin. For the book is written in Latin, the people may not know how to read and write. But now many books are written in local language, in their native. Native means local language. So as a result, many people can know what the book's about, and they interested in learning because they can read their local language. Okay, their own language. Okay, own language. And there are many books about the ordinary things, not only just religion. In the past, all the books are about religions. Okay, about church. But there are many new books nowadays. Okay, like love poems. Okay, cookbook. Okay, hunting book. So they enjoy reading. And one of the famous writers at that time is called William Shakespeare. Okay, he had write a lot of famous stories. Okay, is for example like Romeo and Juliet. Okay, Midsummer Night's Dream. Okay, or Hamlet. Okay, etc. Okay, so you have a lot of famous writing of the play at that time. And now let's go to about the changes in the building. Okay, building, or we call the architecture. Okay, architecture. So in the Renaissance, the builders copied the designs from the remains of the ancient Greco-Roman building. So they start to use the columns. So this is we call the columns. Okay, column 羅馬柱希臘柱 OK 希臘嘅柱 and they will copy from the Roman dome OK 羅馬嘅拱門 OK 嘅拱 OK this is the dome OK half circle OK this is column 柱 OK this is dome OK 拱 OK or we call the arch. So at that time the buildings are follow these styles. They like to use the columns and the dome instead of the old style in medieval time. So let me show you the picture and also refer to your textbook. What do they use in Renaissance and those in the medieval times? Okay, so turn to your textbook page 12. So contrast the architectures in the medieval times and the Renaissance. So for medieval times, this is one of the famous buildings in the medieval times. They like to make the building very tall and they like to use a lot of triangle, okay, triangle. But in the medieval time, just you see in the cartoon before, okay, sorry, some problem with this picture. They like to use the dome, so this is the dome, and they like to use the column, okay, this is the dome 圓拱圓頂 and they like to use the column 圓柱 which is totally different. Okay, the building are relatively short. Okay, so for medieval times the buildings are taller than those in the Renaissance period. Okay, and the style is totally different. They like to use the pointed arch, okay, the triangles, but for the Renaissance time they like to use domes and columns. So this is the main difference they do during the Renaissance period. Okay, so let's mark it down in your textbook. From medieval time, the architecture of church is Gothic style. Okay, this is a typical style they use in the medieval time. We call them Gothic style, 哥德式. Still, when you go to Europe, you still find many kind of church they are built in Gothic style. But in Renaissance period, they try to build in the ancient Greco-Roman style. Okay, this is a new style they use. So now you can find both Gothic style and Greco-Roman style in many European countries because they do the changes. In the past, only Gothic style, but because of Renaissance, they also have Greco-Roman style. For Renaissance architecture, as I mentioned, they like to use domes and columns. Why? Okay, let me tell you. They want to let the church goers, means those people who go to the church, can enjoy the beauty, and seems that they are closer to them. Okay, it's feel that it's warm to go to the church. But for medieval times, the church make it very tall, so it create a feeling of aware. So when you go to the church, you look at the tall buildings, will make you feel aware, okay, towards the church, towards the Catholics. Okay, so different purpose, they use different style. Okay, so please mark it down in your textbook about the difference in architecture. Okay, next let me show you more about the invention by Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, he is a very famous scientist, artist, okay, inventor. Last year, so should be the anniversary about the birth of Leonardo da Vinci. In Hong Kong, we have so many exhibitions about Leonardo da Vinci. So let's learn something about the invention made by Leonardo da Vinci. So okay, guess what it is about? Yes, you can get it. It's a first airplane. Okay, it's a draft. Okay, made by Leonardo da Vinci. He thinks that human beings should fly in the sky just like the birds. So he drew the picture about a airplane. Okay, airplane. at that time. Okay, it's a draft. So at that time he can't make the airplane until the brother Wright 萊特兄弟 they can really make the first airplane for human being. But Leonardo da Vinci is the first one who make the draft of airplane. Okay, for B is a X-barrel cannon. Okay, 炮艦. Okay, so you can see they put up lots of hole here is to put those bombs. Okay, the bombs 呢啲炮啦，嗰啲炸彈啦。Okay, so to attack their enemies. Okay, for C is a tank. Okay, tank. Okay, so it's also to be used to attack the enemies. And last one is the Leonardo da Vinci idea about helicopter. Okay, so he got the idea of using those kind of like fans. Okay, but it's not really successful until later on the people modify. But Leonardo da Vinci is the first one who proposed the idea of helicopter. Okay, he made the draft of helicopter. Okay, and the people later follow the idea of Leonardo da Vinci to make the helicopter. And then I also want to introduce another famous scientist for you. It's called Galileo. So he is Galileo. So he invented a very important thing is the telescope. 天文望遠鏡. By using a telescope, he discovered about the stars, about different planets, and later on he discovered about the universe. Okay, 個宇宙. So I will tell you later what did Galileo discover about the universe. Okay, by observing the stars. Okay, or we call the planets. Okay, he found something about the Earth. And for B, okay, here is a very famous tower in Italy. It's called Pisa Tower, 比薩斜塔. Galileo do a very famous scientific experiment. He dropped two balls. Okay, the two balls are of different weights. Okay, different weights, but they are fall down at the same time. Okay, they fall at the same time. And he called this is a free fall. Okay, 自由落體定律. Okay, so he do this experiment to prove that okay, something will fall because no matter about the weights, okay, they will fall at the same time. Of course, you can't use feather. Okay, feather is too light, but if you use the weight of two different balls, okay, different weight, they will fall at the same time. Okay, so this is called free fall. Besides, okay, about art, science, arts, about architectures, about buildings, okay, there are also a breakthrough in science and medicines. At that time, they study about human body. So this is the professor in the school. So he will really cut the human body to study about the skeleton, okay, the bone structure, and about the organs inside human body. So it made us to have a lot of science breakthrough and invent a lot of new medicines during Renaissance and later, okay, in the scientific revolution. Okay, so this is about the people study about the anatomy, okay, about those human body, the bones, okay, about the nerve systems. Okay, so they learn more about how our body move, okay, how is our machines works, okay, in our bodies. This is all because the people study about human being, okay, study human body. Okay, lastly, okay, as I mentioned, the scientists also study about the space is astronomy. Okay, so they will learn something about the space. Okay, so let's look at this small cartoon. This is in the medieval time. This is in Renaissance time. So they will find that in the past, they think that this planet is the Earth. Okay, they find that the Earth is at the center. all the other planets like Sun, okay, Moon, okay, Jupiter, Mars are around the Earth. But at the end, because of the Renaissance scientists like Galileo, the use of telescope, they found that actually, okay, Sun is the center of universe. Okay, all the planets are move around the Sun. Okay, this is all the new invention made at that time, okay, during the Renaissance period. Okay, so let's stop here for part 2. Okay, thank you.